This is the story of Vito Bertoldo, a man the army said wasn't fit for combat. A man they turned into a cook. And a man who, for 12 straight hours, single-handedly held off a German tank assault. During World War II, Vito wanted to fight on the front lines, but the military had other plans. His eyesight was so poor, they told him he wasn't qualified for combat. So, they handed him an apron and put him in the kitchen. He became a cook, serving the men of Company A in the 42nd Infantry Division. But, in the winter of 1945, in the frigid streets of Hatten, France, destiny came calling. The Germans launched a surprise counter-offensive, a brutal assault designed to break the Allied lines. The main attack targeted Vito's position. As shells began to rain down, chaos erupted. Soldiers scrambled for cover. The command post was in disarray, and the German infantry, supported by heavy armor, started to advance. Most people would run. Most people would hide. But Vito Bertoldo wasn't most people. He knew his company's flank was exposed, and if he didn't do something, they would all be overrun. So, the cook dropped his ladle, picked up a machine gun, and ran towards the danger. He set up his weapon in the street, right in the path of the oncoming attack. From his exposed position, he opened fire, laying down a relentless storm of bullets that cut down the advancing German soldiers. The enemy was stunned. They couldn't figure out where the fire was coming from. They assumed it had to be a whole squad, a heavily fortified position. They had no idea it was just one man. One man with a machine gun and a will of iron. The Germans responded with overwhelming force. A tank took aim at his building and fired a shell directly into his position. The explosion was deafening. The blast threw Vito clear across the room, burying him in debris and dust. He was dazed, his ears ringing, but he wasn't done. He crawled out from under the rubble, shook his head to clear it, and realized his machine gun was destroyed. Did he surrender? Did he retreat? No. He grabbed another machine gun and moved to a different window. For the next several hours, this became a deadly dance. Vito would fire until the Germans located him. A tank would blast his position, and he would be thrown across the room again. Each time, he got back up. Each time, he found a new weapon and a new firing point. He was a one-man army, a ghost who refused to be silenced. He fought with no sleep for 2 straight days, fueled by sheer adrenaline and the desperate need to protect his brothers in arms. The German tanks were relentless. One rolled right up to his command post, its cannon pointed directly at him. Vito didn't flinch. He stayed at his post, directing artillery fire from his own side, calling in strikes so close they shook the very building he was in. He knew the risk. A single mistake, a slight miscalculation in the coordinates, and the shell meant for the enemy would obliterate him instead. But he held his ground, calmly calling in adjustments until Allied artillery found its mark and disabled the menacing tank. Finally, after 12 grueling hours of non-stop combat, reinforcements arrived. They found a scene of utter devastation. The streets were littered with enemy casualties, disabled vehicles, and the smoking ruins of what was once a quiet French town. And in the middle of it all was Vito Bertoldo, still holding the line. He had single-handedly killed at least 40 German soldiers and repelled a full-scale tank assault. For his incredible bravery, Vito Bertoldo was awarded the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military decoration. The man deemed unfit for combat had become one of its greatest heroes. His story is a powerful reminder that heroism isn't about physical perfection or the role you reassigned. It's about what you do when everything is on the line. It's about courage, resilience, and the refusal to back down, even when you're standing alone against impossible odds. Thank you for watching. If you were inspired by Vito Bertoldo's story, please like this video and subscribe for more tales of incredible courage. We'll see you next time.